I lost a lot of people when my dad died. 99.9% of the population never experience life-altering big change in their life. It's okay and normal to be like, what the fuck is happening? As much as I love my friends, if they decided to walk out, that's okay. Being in a solitude era does not mean that you are lonely. You might have manifested something big lately and you might not realize it. It's like when someone's on drugs and they need to detox and they have to be detached from the world in order to get their shit together. That's what we're going through, minus the drugs. If you've been spending more time alone than anything else lately, this episode is for you. In today's episode, I'm going to give you the mindset shifts that help me stop viewing my solitude eras as isolation and to start romanticizing them. We're going to be talking about how to feel less alone, how to rebuild a sense of connection to yourself without needing other people, and how to use your solitude era to become the most magnetic version of you yet. Not even going to lie. If you watched my main channel video, this whole entire podcast just deleted, but it's okay. It was a test run and it wasn't meant to be. Update, ladies. I am in a deep solitude era. I have been for the past week or so. And by solitude, I mean I literally have been in my house and done the absolute bare minimum to leave in the past week, and I'm not even complaining about it. I actually love it, to be honest. It's been really peaceful. I don't know if I should be concerned or grateful, but if you're here because you're in a bit of a solitude era too, or you feel one coming on, or you just need a bit of comfort around this topic, I'm here to tell you the truth that being in a solitude era does not mean that you are lonely or isolated. Being in a solitude era like this just means that the universe is pushing you to be alone and detached, so you have no choice but to listen to what it's trying to tell you and to go back to your truth and listen to yourself. The first step and the first stage of the solitude era, I would say, is the void. This is a very popular term that's used in a lot of personal growth terminologies. The void is a very real thing. You might be in the beginning stages of it, but I like to call it the detoxing period. It's like when you, oh my God, this is terrible. When you're on drugs and oh my God, what is with my analogies on this podcast? It's like when someone's on drugs and they need to detox and they just like have to be detached from the world in order to get their shit together. That's what we're going through, minus the drugs, I hope. So yes, the universe is literally pushing you to detach and be by yourself so that you can hear your own truth and get to know yourself again. And the reason why it's so lonely and isolating is because we're in the gap between what no longer is anymore. Like there's just our old life, our old self, and our friendships. Situations are feeling off or out of alignment, or just like they don't belong to us anymore. But we're also not the new version of ourselves yet, or the person we're meant to become on the other side. We haven't found what aligns to us yet. So it's a little bit of a confusing period because you're literally nothing but your inner self right now. It's okay to be lonely at the start of this solitude era. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be frustrated. That's completely understandable. I've tried to fight against the feeling of like, I know this is a solitude era coming, but I just don't want it right now. And it ends up putting me in more of a spiral than actually sitting with it does. Yes, it sucks at first. Yes, it's lonely. Yes, it's isolating. It won't always be like that if you embrace it and step into it. And that's what I've done. And this is why I'm here to help you. The difference between loneliness and solitude is that solitude is a choice, but it's not a choice. And loneliness is you feel like everything is just avoiding you at all costs. Like I said, it's normal to feel that loneliness feeling at the start of a solitude era, because especially if you haven't really experienced anything like that before and you're more of an outgoing social butterfly, it's okay and normal to be like, what the fuck is happening? But solitude is like a thing that's bigger than us. It comes from the universe. It's someone like taking your hand and like guiding you and saying, just trust me. I know you're not going to like this, or you might not be okay with this right now, but we have to do this in order to give you what you're asking for. And you might have manifested something big lately and you might not realize it, but this is, the universe is like, okay, well, if you want that, then you have to go through this first. So yeah, I think that's what happened with me, but I'm not too sure. I'll keep you posted. If you lean into it, like, and you're okay with the solitude, like creeping up on you, I think that I accepted my fate instead of like trying to claw at the walls and like hold on to my life and everything that was in it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, hell yeah, I need this. I used to pray for times like these, and if this is the change that I need and the steps that I need to like shut the fuck up and like grow, I'm gonna do it. I honestly feel better and aligned with it because I know that it's for a bigger purpose and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. But again, it doesn't mean that you're not gonna feel lonely. Of course you are. Of course you're feeling isolated, and sometimes like a solitude era can just like hit you. I literally had a breakdown and I felt like for a week straight nothing was going right, and then all of a sudden this era hit me, and I just woke up one day and I was like, I need to fill my own cup. And maybe I was secretly, like subconsciously, I was choosing to be more alone than with other people, and I didn't even realize what I was doing until I was like, wait, maybe I'm like, you know, meant to turn internal and like focus on myself for a little while, and that's okay. It's so much easier to just go with it than fight against it, because at the end of the day, if the universe feels like you're not listening, this will come up again. It's come up for me many times, and this is the first time really truly in my life that I've been like, you know what, I'm just going to let it happen. The next phase of the void is the training phase. The universe is training you. You're being refined and shifted physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally by the universe to a higher calling, a bigger path, a different direction. And the quietness and the solitude is the universe's way of making you listen to yourself, because who else is there? You only have your intuition in this type of time. You have no choice. And sometimes if you haven't been listening for a very long time, the universe, like, it's like the last resort. They're like, girl, if this is the only thing that works, I told you to listen to me and you didn't. I think us deeper girlies like really have to sit with ourselves to find out our truth and get to the bottom of things, and the universe knows that. So it's gonna do things for you in ways that it knows you'll listen. I was ChatGPTing this the other day. I don't know what I thought like a fucking AI bot was gonna do for me, but anyways, I tell her everything, and I was saying how like I'm in a solitude era and I don't really know why this stuff happens. Like on a spiritual level, can you maybe like talk me through it a little bit? I'm curious, you know, thought daughter shit. And ChatGPT said something like, when you're put by yourself, you're forced to be in solitude, you're forced to be isolated and get to know yourself and go inwards. It's preparing you so that when the gates open again, like opportunities arise, the outside world is ready for you, you have people coming your way, you're able to hold your own in clarity and center yourself and stand on that business essentially. And I was like, wow, that's true. Maybe for the past few months, the first half of the year, I kind of just was going off in a reactive way. Like my ego was leading and I was reacting to the world around me instead of coming from a place of truth and authenticity and alignment. And so I think how I said like maybe I manifested something without realizing it, I think this is what I needed. Spent all this time trying to go back to being authentic and express myself and be better at expressing myself authentically and be comfortable with my authenticity. So I think that's what it is for me. The universe really can't speak to you unless it knows you're truly listening, and it can't tell you its deepest, biggest messages unless you're truly listening. Throughout my solitude era, I've tried to stay open and receptive to things. So like if I hear like music, I'm like listening to the lyrics for messages. I'm listening to conversations that I'm hearing when I'm sat at a cafe. Like it's crazy how the universe will send you messages in little ways. If you stay open, there's messages everywhere. Throughout this time, I feel like the most important thing that you can do for yourself to help yourself get through this and to enjoy it and be present with it is to have self-compassion, but also romanticize it. If you're not enjoying this time and looking at it from a punishment, why is this happening to me standpoint, it's not going to be as impactful as it should. And so while it feels like everyone's abandoning you and their lives are moving forward and you're stagnant, which you're not, and I'll get to that more in this episode, it's important to maybe build a new friendship with yourself then. If your friends aren't around, build a new friendship with yourself, get to know her, trust her, because like I said, your intuition is the only core source you really have, and your intuition currently is your future timeline and the universe speaking to you to put you in the right direction. So it's so important to trust yourself during this time. Listen to what she's telling you without letting your head get in the way. I feel like throughout this era for me, I have been moving from such a heart space that I don't actually feel like I'm getting in the way of that. I'm letting my intuition lead. I'm letting my inner child lead. I journal every single morning. What is the most aligned task for me to do today? And if relaxing is the most aligned task, I will do that with no questions asked. Reading a book, if it's being a productive girly all day and putting my head down and focusing, I will do that, no questions asked. Whatever comes up, it could be the most silliest thing ever, like watching a 2000s Disney movie or something. I'm going to do it because that's what the universe wants. That's what my intuition wants. And this is what this era is about. Your self-talk, your inner self changes everything during this solitude era. You don't actually have to be making it even harder for yourself. Don't isolate yourself from yourself. Don't let your ego, don't let your head get in the way. Naturally, like I said, you probably won't let your ego get in the way because you'll be so forced to listen and tune into yourself anyways. I've been romanticizing it and making it fun for myself. I went on a little cafe solo date today. I got some work done. I researched this podcast and it all came from such an aligned place. Like, I believe that I had to go through, or I am going through, this solitude era so then I can use it to help someone else who is also going through their solitude era. So definitely already has a purpose, but I know there's a bigger purpose at the end of There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Last night, I saw a clip come up on my YouTube, and it's crazy how the algorithm in the universe works to like show you shit at perfect times. I was watching, Chris Williamson was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was talking about how most people in life don't experience change. Yes, they dye their hair, they cut their hair, they move houses, they get a pet, they go through a breakup, they get divorced, they get married, whatever it is. But it's never life altering. 99.9% of the population never experience life altering big change in their life, if you really think about it. So I like to think of it as I'm blessed to actually have the opportunity, and the universe thinks that I'm worthy of this kind of depth and growth. Not many girlies, especially not at this age, at our age, get to experience this. So it's important to use the time up while you can and soak it all in, because we get to have this time to go inwards and reflect and realign with ourselves. And most people never get to meet their authentic highest self in life. They don't come home to themselves ever. Imagine living your life, your whole entire life, and never getting to meet yourself, truly. And you're just living from your ego, which is a reflection of the things that you've taken in, like media, what your friends like, what the people around you are into. That's really sad. And so I'm so glad that I'm not like that. Take yourself on a solo date, go to a cafe and have coffee with yourself. I did this today. If you want to watch my main channel vlog, it's actually about my solitude era, so it goes hand in hand. Go to the beach, take your journal, go to a park and take your journal. It can be the most simple things, but you're spending time with yourself. Think of it as a new friendship, a new connection, a new exciting thing that you've got in your life, and you're trusting in yourself. You're becoming your own backbone, your own rock, and that is something that a lot of people never experience or never build in their entire life. Is the actual most important relationship you can ever have. Spend time in nature, spend time in the sun, walk around barefoot, ground yourself. Anything that you think you feel called to do during this time, do it. It's what you're being guided to do, and that's so important to listen to that, because then you're building self-trust. I have really learned that I can spend time alone and do things alone, and I don't need people around me to do things with to make it fun. And I'm so glad that I'm learning this now before I enter my 20s, because it's a really important lesson, and it's a foundation and a building block for the person that I see myself becoming in the future. I've also been really focused on creating and not consuming, and I enjoy creating 10 times more now, because it's like, it's a genuine expression of my inner self coming out without anyone like obstructing it, shaping it, shifting it. And who's there to imitate and copy or please if no one's around? No one, just yourself. The only inspiration is yourself. And I've gotten so much more work done. I've been so much more productive, and I've enjoyed what I'm doing because it's coming from such an aligned, true soul place. And even this podcast, I'm enjoying filming these podcasts for you guys because it's who I am to my core, and I get to share that authentically without feeling any type of way about it, and no one to say anything about it, because who's calling my phone? No one. It's dry. From a spiritual standpoint, this is a birth and death cycle, and like I said, not many people get to experience this type of thing in their life. And so the universe doesn't make mistakes. There's a reason why you're going through an ego death. There's a reason why you're getting to know yourself. Obviously, you have a new path coming, and that's so exciting. There's no mistake that you're in a solitude era. If this is going to motivate you, I'll tell you, there's a light at the end of the tunnel that's bigger than you can even imagine. And that's why you have to go through this era of centering yourself and hearing your own truth, connecting to yourself before you can be let out to the outside world again. Because obviously, for whatever reason, you need to hold your own, or you're being protected from something. The sad part is, as you evolve, yes, you're going to lose connections, you're going to lose relationships, whether that be romantic, whether that be friendships. I like to think of it as like you're in an elevator, and the elevator is of everyone that's in your life, every energy that you're currently surrounding yourself with, and it's at its absolute fullest capacity that it can barely get up the elevator anymore. Give this elevator as a never-ending elevator because you never really stop growing, but you have to let people out on certain floors and leave them there, because if they can't continue to grow with you, then they don't have room and space for you. And some people might make it all the way to the top of the elevator with you, and some people won't, and that's okay. It's necessary. You need to let the elevator empty itself out. People will choose to walk out, and that's on them. People will hang on for dear life, and you'll have to tell them, look, we just aren't, I can't take you there. Someone's got to go. And that's okay. It's completely okay. That space is needed for the real friendships and the true friendships, for your authentic self. Maybe you've been too stuck in your ego self for the past first half of the year, and now you're truly in your becoming era. And so these people that maybe you accepted because they made your ego feel good, they made you validated, or for whatever reason, they don't adhere to your authentic self, and so they have to go. They have to go. And that's okay. I understand it's sad. I understand you might not be okay with it right now, but it will all make sense. If anyone left my life right now, I'm honestly so detached and in such an aligned and inner state that I'm like, you know what? Let them go. I'm good. I don't need anyone. As much as I love my friends, if they decided to walk out, that's okay. Obviously, I'll be upset, but it's for a higher purpose, and I'm okay. I don't need anyone or anything to make me feel aligned, and clearly we aren't aligned for whatever reason. Sometimes the universe might use a solitude era to protect you from something, from someone, from a certain situation. Go with it. If it means protection, wow. I think in my life currently, maybe there is some certain energies that I used to mix with that I just don't feel like I can bring forward to my next chapters of life with me, or through my 20s, or whatever it is that I'm about to experience. These people will hold me back, because some people, like when you get successful or when you do something out of the ordinary, some people don't know how to handle that. It's like when really successful people, they all have lonely eras. Everyone says at the top it's lonely. It's true. It is lonely, because people can't fathom that. The human race is weird, man. I don't have an explanation for that, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. I lost a lot of people when my dad died because I was a stagnant energy and no one wanted to be around me, which is understandable because that is a lot for a human brain to comprehend. When I started my YouTube channel, the little friends that I did have and the support network that I did have then were so supportive, and they watched every video and they were so excited for me. And I really didn't receive hate when I first started YouTube. If anything, I was so motivated because I had all the support and validation in the world. But now, they're gone. No one cares that I have a YouTube channel. No one cares that I do social media. It's died down now. It's old news. It doesn't matter to other people because it's not about them. And that's fine. You can't expect that from everyone. I don't need that either. I don't need their motivation to keep me going. And that's how I know, like, I'm really thriving in this solitude era. This era is not going to last forever. It's not. It's going to come and go like this. It might be longer than you think. It might be shorter than you think. But either way, stay present with it. Put your focus and energy and time into it. Romanticize it. Make it fun for yourself. This is coming to you for a reason, so use it. It's an aid. It's a tool. It's a guide. It's not a hindrance. It's not here to hurt you. And the universe is not doing this to punish you. It's on your side. Obviously, there is something that you need to listen to understand, or to get clear on, and that's exactly what this is about. So when the gates open and you're ready to come out of this era, you can stay clear and double down on who you are and be so confident in this new version of yourself that nothing outside of you can break you for whatever reason. Whatever reason that is, I don't know. Your reasoning of why you're in a solitude era could be completely different to mine, and that's okay. I don't have an explanation for it. I wish I did. But sometimes it's cool not to know. It's okay not to know everything. You're also not behind. You're rooting deeper. You're getting to know yourself, which, like I said, most people never get to come home to themselves ever. Throughout their whole entire lives, they are stuck in the same environments. They're stuck being their ego selves. They never get to meet their authentic selves. So the fact that you are getting this time from the universe, it clearly knows that you are meant for bigger things, or something bigger is coming, or you've been listening. It's holding your hand next to you. It's not here to punish you.